Dears, please take your textbook. We are discussing about irrigation, and the last time we lost our internet connection. That's why we dismiss our class. Okay, so let's continue the topic irrigation. I told you about irrigation, that the supply of water to crops in the fields at different levels of different intervals. At different intervals is called what? Irrigation. Irrigation is the supply of water to what? Supply of water to crops in different intervals. It's called irrigation. Then now we are discussing about the two types of irrigation methods that we used in India nowadays. Mainly there are two types of methods are used in India for irrigation purposes nowadays. They are, the first one is the sprinkler system and the next one is drip system. These two methods are mostly used in India for irrigation purposes. Clear? You understand what is irrigation? Irrigation is the supply of water to crops in the fields. Supply of water to the crops in the fields at different intervals. We should supply water at different intervals. And in India, we use mainly two types of irrigation system. That is the sprinkler system and the drip system. Then now let's discuss about sprinkler system. Sprinkler system is where water is sprinkled on the crops as it is raining. If it is raining also, it supplies water. It is sprinkled on the crops. That's why it is known as sprinkler system. And in drip system, the water falls drop by drop, just at the position of the roots. Water is just at the just drop by drop. Water is applied to the roots of the crop, and that's called the drip system. Okay, these are the main two systems. In text, there is a figure of sprinkler system and a drip system. We can read the textbook and let's discuss about that. Before that, I will say about other basic facts about the irrigation process. So we say that a sprinkler and a drip system are the two main methods used in India nowadays. Then what are the advantages of the sprinkler system? Use sprinkler system in irrigation. Why? What is the advantage? Because advantage of using this sprinkler system is that the sprinkler system of irrigation is useful on the uneven lands where the water is available in smaller quantities. If the water is available in smaller quantities, what we use sprinkler system, and it conserves water. The sprinkler system that conserves water, and also it is useful for sandy soil. In sandy soil, you can use sprinkler system of irrigation, and it conserves water. Then the advantage of drip system. Why we use drip system is sometimes because that drip system provides water to the plants drop by drop. So water is added drop by drop, then water is not wasted. That's the main reason of using drip system, and it can be used where the availability of water is less. If the water availability is less, we can't use a lot of water to the process. So if the water availability is less, we can use the drip system, and the supply of water is by drop. Okay. Yes, these are about irrigation. Then we can look in, you can look in your textbook. All of you, please just look in your textbook. The text. I just read. Irrigation, page number 7. All of you take. Did you see page number 7, 1.6? Okay. ഞാനത് പേപ്പറിൽ വെച്ചു. പേപ്പറിൽ വെച്ചു. എന്തോ അറിയാതെ. Okay, dears. Take page number 7. Irrigation. Anybody can read? Anybody? Sean, can you read that first paragraph? Okay, please read.
All living beings need water to live. Water is important for proper growth and development. Water is absorbed by the plant roots. Along with the water, minerals and fertilizers are also absorbed. Plants contain nearly 90-degree water. Water is essential because germination of seeds does not take place under dry conditions. Nutrients dissolved in water are transported to each part of the plant. Water also protects the crop from both frost and hot
air currents.
To maintain the moisture of the soil for healthy crop growth. Fields have to be watered regularly.
Okay, good. So irrigation, we all living beings need water to live. We know we all need water to live, and water is important for proper growth and development. Water is absorbed by the plant roots. Along with water, minerals and fertilizers are also absorbed. That we already told. Water is absorbed by the roots of the plant, and along with this water, the roots absorb minerals and fertilizers. Plants contain nearly 90% of water. Then water is essential because germination of seed does not take place under dry conditions. That's why we should dry every day in summer seasons. We should water every day in summer season, because in summer season our soil and the land are too much dry, and this causes the damage or destroy our crops. So water is essential because seed germination does not take place under dry conditions. In dry areas, we want to supply more water. Okay. Then nutrients dissolved in water are transported to each part of the plant. So from the roots, the water and the nutrients are transported to every part of the plant. Then water also protects the crop from both frost and hot air currents. What do you mean by frost? Frost is a deposit of small ice crystals, white ice crystals. When you observe some leaves, in the early morning, there will be some ice crystals under the leaves. Did you see that? You observe. Just observe the leaves in the early morning. Sometimes you can see some ice crystals in the leaves. Okay, that is the frost. So the water that protects the crop from both the frost and the hot air currents. And to maintain the moisture of the soil for healthy crop growth, fields have to be watered regularly. So we regularly water our fields in order to maintain the moisture of the soil for healthy crop growth. You understand? What is the purpose of irrigation? In order to maintain healthy growth of the plant or crops, we should regularly water the field. Okay. The supply of water to crops at regular intervals are called what? Irrigation. Underline the sentence in your textbook. It is important. What is irrigation? The supply of water to crops at regular intervals is called irrigation. Did you underline? Yes. Okay. Then the time and frequency of irrigation varies from crop to crop. What is mean by that? The time and the frequency of irrigation that vary from crop to crop, soil to soil, and season to season. In some season, we don't want to irrigate too much of water. That I said earlier, that in rainy season, if we irrigate too much, what will happen? The crop will destroy. So according to season or depending upon the season and depending upon the type of crops, the irrigation may be varying. The amount of water that we want to irrigate may be varying. And in summer, the frequency of watering is higher. In summer season, there is too much hot. So the frequency of water irrigation, water that we use for irrigation purpose is higher. And why is it so? Could it be due to increased rate of evaporation of water from the soil and leaves? Yes. Why we irrigate more in summer? Because in summer, there is an increased rate of evaporation of water will occur. In summer, there is an increased rate of evaporation of water will occur. That's why we regularly irrigate our crop fields. Then, which are the different sources of irrigation? You are familiar with the different sources of irrigation. What are they? Anybody can say? Which are the sources of irrigation? From where we get water?
Wells.
Wells, tube wells, ponds, lake, river, dams, and canals.
Okay, Ijaz, tell me.
Wells, tube wells, ponds, lakes, rivers, dams, and canals.
These are the main sources of water. So we get the main sources of irrigation are well, tube wells, ponds, lake, rivers, dams, and canals. Then in the next page, page number 8, we are discussing about the traditional methods of irrigation. I already said what are the traditional methods. First one is sprinkler method, and the second one is what? Drip system. That are the modern methods of irrigation, and the traditional methods which involves using pulleys and like daily. You can see in the figure 8. Sorry, figure 1.4, page number 8. There are different types of traditional methods, and in page number 9, figure 1.5, which shows the modern methods of irrigation. Okay, then the traditional methods that involves mode, chain pump, rahat, dekli, like that. The water available in wells, lakes, and a canal is lifted up by different methods in different regions. That is the figure. The water in the well and the lake or canals, that is lifted up by using different tools. They are cattle or human labor is used in this method, using with the help of cattle or with the humans. They labor with the as humans as the labor. They use these tools to irrigate the fields, and so these methods are cheaper and but less efficient because more time is needed to do in this way, irrigate in this way, and this method is very cheaper. That is a fine thing, but it is not most efficient method. It is less efficient, and the various traditional ways that we have to be used are more. That is the pulley system. You can see in figure 1.4 is the pulley system. That is using pulley for getting water from the well, and chain pump is the another method or another traditional tool of irrigation, and daily. Then rahat is the liver system. Last one figure is the rahat. You know, there are some we take water like liver, pulling the liver up and down. Did you see that? That is the liver system. Then commonly nowadays we use pumps. In your home, we use pumps to water. We use pumps in wells and take water, isn't it? So pumps are commonly used for lifting water nowadays. That is the common way we use in our daily purposes. Then diesel, biogas, electricity, and solar energy is used to turn these pumps. These pumps are working in electricity, either in solar light, solar energy, or diesel, etc. Okay, are you clear? You understand what is an irrigation? Then what are the different methods of traditional methods of irrigation? Okay, then the next one is the modern method of irrigation. Here, in modern method of irrigation, help us to use water economically. The main method used are as follows. What is the first one? What is the first one? Sprinkler system. Sprinkler system. Let's look what is a sprinkler system. The system is more useful on the uneven land where sufficient water is not available. If we did not available sufficient enough water is not available, what we can use sprinkler systems. And the perpendicular pipes having rotating nozzles on top. You can see it in the figure. The pipes are perpendicular like this. Pipes are perpendicular. And the perpendicular pipes having a rotating nozzle. Rotating nozzle is there on the top of that pipe. Just look in your textbook. Are joined to the main pipeline at regular intervals. When water is allowed to flow through the main pipe under pressure with the help of a pump, it escapes from rotating nozzles. So with the help of the pump, what happened? The water is allowed to flow through the main pipe under the pressure with the help of that pump, and it escapes from the rotating nozzles. Then it gets sprinkled on the crop as if it is raining. That is the main thing happened in a sprinkler system. In sprinkler system, the rotation after the under pressure, after the water is allowed to flow, what happened? It is sprinkled on the crops if it is rain. It gets sprinkled on the crops. Throughout the crops, it gets sprinkled. Water gets sprinkled. Then sprinkler is very useful for lawns, coffee plantation, and several other crops. So in order to cultivate coffee or lawns, we use sprinkler system. That is more effective. Then drip system. Drip system means in this system, the water falls drop by drop directly near the roots. You just look in that figure, drip system, the pipe is connected directly to the under the roots, to the roots. So the water is drip drop by drop directly near the roots. In sprinkler system, water is spread all over. Clear? But in drip system, it is spread directly near the roots. So it is called a drip system. It is the best technique for watering fruit plants, gardens, and trees. So it is the best technique that we use in fruits for fruit plantation and gardening and in trees. Then water is not wasted at all. That is one of the peculiarity that I told earlier, that water is not wasted. Only drop by drop water is only drop by drop water is to be used. And it is a boon in regions where availability of water is poor. If some regions have less availability of water, in that regions we use drip system in order to save the water. Okay, are you clear the topic? Irrigation. Okay, so we finish the 4 agricultural practices. What are they? Anne Maria, can you say what are the 4 agricultural practices that we taught? First one is
Preparation of soil.
preparation of soil. Then second one is
Sowing.
sowing. Okay. Third one.
Adding manure and
Yes. Then fourth one.
fertilizer.
Irrigation. So anybody please say what is irrigation? Anybody? Just Sean, Faith, anybody? Okay.
The
Faith.
supply of the water interval is called regulation.
Faith, once more. I don't hear. Once more.
The supply of water to crops at a regular interval is called irrigation.
Okay, very good. And Ijaz, can you say what is irrigation?
The supply of water to crops at regular intervals is called irrigation.
Okay. Then Sean, can you read about a sprinkler system? Please read it in your textbook, page number 9. What is sprinkler system? Sean?
Sprinkler system. This system is more useful on the uneven land where sufficient water is not available. The perpendicular pipe having rotating nozzles on top are joined to the main pipeline and regular intervals when water is allowed flow through the line and pressure with the pipe of a pump. It escapes from the rotating nozzles. It gets flinged on the crop as if it is raining. Flinger is very useful for lost coffee,
Lawns, coffee, plantation.
plantation and service
Other crops.
other crops.
Okay. Then drip system. Ijaz, can you read?
In this system, the water falls drop by drop directly near the roots. So it is called drip system. It is the best technique for watering fruits, plants, gardens, and trees. Water is not wasted at all. It is a boon in region where availability of water is poor.
Okay, very good. So then traditional methods of irrigation. What are the traditional methods of irrigation? And Maria, can you say, can you read it in the textbook about the traditional method of irrigation?
The water available in wells, lakes, and canals is lifted up by different methods in different regions for taking it to the fields. Cattle or human labor is used in these methods. So these methods are cheaper but less efficient. The various traditional ways are mode, chain pump, Dekli, and Rahat. Pumps are commonly used for lifting water. Diesel, biogas, electricity, and solar energy is used to run these pumps.
Okay. Good. So we discussed the irrigation, and once again I summarize the topic for irrigation. That is the supply of water to crops in the fields at different intervals. That is called irrigation. And we know the different sources of irrigation are ponds, well, canal, lake, and what river. All these are the sources of irrigation. Okay. Then the different methods, traditional methods of irrigation are for irrigation are, first one is the pulley system or either mode. You can say that mode or chain pump, and the third one is Dekli, and the last one is Rahat or liver system. All these are the traditional methods of irrigation that we use. Then modern methods, nowadays the modern method of irrigation is that the sprinkler system and the drip system. Sridev?
Yes, miss.
Sridev, can you hear me?
Yes, miss.
കേൾക്കുന്നില്ല ശ്രീദേവൻ കേൾക്കാമോ?
Miss.
വീഡിയോ കാണുന്നില്ലല്ലോ. Please switch on your video. Why are you so late?
Miss. Reservation.
Okay. Attend your class on time. Otherwise, session will over. Okay. So, Sridev, once again, all of you, please listen. Today, we discuss what topic? Tell me.
Irrigation.
Irrigation. Sridev, irrigation, which is the fourth agriculture practice that we have done. Okay, so we told about irrigation. Irrigation is the supply of water to crops in the fields at different intervals. That process is called the irrigation. And mainly, there are traditional methods of irrigation and modern methods of irrigation. You know, the different sources of irrigation are, what are the different sources of irrigation? How, from where we get water? Different source of water. Which are the different sources of water?
മിസ് കേൾക്കുന്നില്ല.
കേൾക്കുന്നില്ലേ?
ഇപ്പം കേൾക്കാം.
Miss ഇടയ്ക്ക് clear അല്ല.
Okay, okay. Sridev, which are the water resources? Water sources? From where we get water? Water sources are, not look in your textbook, you just say.
Miss Rain.
What?
Rain.
Rain, okay. Then river, lake, ponds, canals, all these are water resources, water sources, and also it is the sources of irrigation. And all these are the source of irrigation, and we use some traditional and modern methods for irrigation purpose. The traditional methods that we use are in our textbook or page number 8. Just listen once more. Page number 8, there are certain figures are given. That is the traditional mode. First one is traditional method, mode pulley system. Figure 1.4a, which is the mode, that is pulley system. And the next one is using a chain pump. And next one is using Dekli, figure C, using Dekli. Then last one is the lever system or Rahat. This is the most traditional method of irrigation. We use this method. What is the advantages of using this traditional method? It is the cheapest method because not expensive, isn't it? In a modern method, what we use pumps and it is very costly, isn't it? So the traditional method is cheapest method. That is one of the advantage of that traditional method. And also, but there is a disadvantage also. What is that disadvantage? It is less efficient. Our modern technology is more efficient and time consuming. This traditional method is time consuming and less efficient. So the modern methods of irrigation, that is the sprinkler system and the drip system. Do you see the figure in sprinkler system? What happened in the sprinkler system? Where the water is sprinkled on the crops as if it is raining. Mainly the water is sprinkled all over the crops. And in drip system, water is only adding drop by drop to where? To the roots of, to the roots. Clear? Sridev, are you clear? What is sprinkler and drip system? What is the difference? You can see, just look in that figure. In sprinkler system, the pipes are connected and it is sprinkled all over the crops. And in drip system, the pipe is connected to the roots of that plant. And the water is only added drop by drop. So, if we say about the advantages of this sprinkler and the drip system, sprinkler system of irrigation is useful in uneven lands where water availability is smaller quantities. If water is available in small quantities, that area we use what sprinkler system. And it conserves water and it is very useful in sandy soil because it is spread all over. So in sandy soil, in order to avoid the sandness, that we should use what sprinkler system. And the advantage of drip system is that it provides water to the plants drop by drop. So only a little amount of water is needed. If the availability of water should be less and water is not wasted in drip system. Clear? Okay.
മിസ്സേ,
Yes.
ട്രിപ്പ് സിസ്റ്റത്തിൽ എന്താ മിസ്സേ വെള്ളം കുറച്ച് വേസ്റ്റ് ആവുന്നേ?
Who's that?
Faith.
Faith. What? Faith? Once more.
മിസ്, ട്രിപ്പ് സിസ്റ്റത്തിൽ എന്താ വെള്ളം കുറച്ച് വേസ്റ്റ് ആവുന്നേ?
കുറച്ച് വേസ്റ്റ് ആവുന്ന എന്താണെന്നല്ലേ? കാരണം അവിടെ ഡ്രോപ്പ് ബൈ ഡ്രോപ്പ് ആയിട്ടല്ലേ വെള്ളം ആഡ് ചെയ്യുന്നു കൊടുക്കുന്നുള്ളൂ. അപ്പൊ കുറച്ച് വാട്ടർ നമുക്ക് പോരെ. മറ്റേന്ന് പറഞ്ഞാൽ എന്താ, സ്പ്രെഡ് ചെയ്യുള്ളവർ സ്പ്രെഡ് ചെയ്യുന്നുണ്ട്. അപ്പൊ ക്രോപ്സിലേക്ക് മാത്രമായിരിക്കില്ല അത് ചെല്ലുന്നത്, വേറെ പല ഏരിയയിലേക്കും ആ വാട്ടർ സ്പ്രെഡ് ചെയ്യുന്നുണ്ടാവും. പക്ഷെ അതേസമയം ഡ്രിപ്പ് സിസ്റ്റത്തിൽ നമ്മൾ അതിന്റെ റൂട്ട്സിലേക്ക് മാത്രം ഡ്രോപ്പ് ബൈ ഡ്രോപ്പ് ആയിട്ടാണ് ആഡ് ചെയ്യുന്നത്. പൈപ്സ് കണക്ട് ചെയ്തിരിക്കുന്ന കണ്ടില്ലേ, ആ പ്ലാന്റ്സിന്റെ റൂട്ട്സിലേക്കാണ്. ക്ലിയർ ആയോ? ഓക്കെ, ദാറ്റ് ഈസ് ദി മെയിൻ ഡിഫറൻസ്. So I will send you the notes of this topic, irrigation, and in that note include the topics, the questions, not the questions, the definition of irrigation, It is a short note, not in exam you study your note as well as your textbook also. Because in note we only write short notes and the main important points, and in textbook you read at least 5 times your textbook daily, and it is very helpful for you to keep your knowledge updated. Okay. So okay, then in the notes I added the topic that irrigation, definition of irrigation, different method of irrigation that we use in India, that is the sprinkler and the drip system nowadays. Then advantages and the disadvantages of sprinkler and the drip system. You should write these notes in your notebook today itself. Did you finish the previous notes that I sent? How many of you finished?
Miss full കഴിഞ്ഞില്ല.
Full എഴുതിയില്ല.
Mr.
Okay, Ijaz, you finish. Then Sridev.
Mr. I also finished.
Faith, what about you?
Miss full എഴുതിയില്ല.
Full എഴുതിയില്ല.
ലിജ.
When did you complete?
Miss tomorrow.
Tomorrow itself. Okay, very good. Then Anne Maria, what about you? You finish?
Miss, not full,
What? I can't hear.
not completed some.
Do not finish. Okay, when did you finish? Complete the notebook? Tomorrow. Okay.
Tomorrow.
Then Sean, you already sent to me, and I think yeah.
ഇറിഗേഷന്റെ നോട്ട് ഇന്ന് തന്നെ ഇട്ട് തരുമോ?
ഇറിഗേഷൻ നോട്ട് ക്ലാസ് കഴിയുമ്പോൾ ഞാൻ ഇട്ട് തരും, കുറച്ച് കഴിയുമ്പോൾ കേട്ടോ. നിങ്ങൾക്ക് അത് ടൈം പോലെ എഴുതാനായിട്ട് പറ്റും. അത് എഴുതിയിട്ട് എനിക്ക് റീസെൻഡ് ചെയ്യുക. നിങ്ങൾ എഴുതുന്ന നോട്ട്സ് എനിക്കൊന്ന് റീസെൻഡ് ചെയ്യണം. ഐ വാണ്ട് ടു ചെക്ക് യുവർ നോട്ട്ബുക്ക്. ഓക്കെ ശ്രീദേവ്, യു ഓൾസോ ഇഫ് യു കംപ്ലീറ്റ് യുവർ നോട്ട് പ്ലീസ് റീസെൻഡ്. ഓക്കെ, then let's recall the topic that we learned today. Can you please tell me?
Irrigation.
Just a recall from the beginning of the lesson. What are the topics that we learned today from the morning session onwards?
Irrigation and
adding
manure.
At the beginning, what we learned?
Miss today
Yeah.
Adding manures and fertilizers.
adding manures and fertilizers.
Okay.
Advantages of manures
First, we
and
learned about crop. What is a crop? We discussed about crop. And we discussed different types of crops based upon the season. Different season. Depending upon the season and the climatic condition, the crops can be classified into two: kharif and rabi crops. Isn't it? Then the agricultural practices. Which are the agricultural practices?
Preparation of soil, sowing, adding manure and fertilizer,
protecting
Okay, all these are the agricultural practices, and among these first four we studied, that is the preparation of soil and sowing, adding manures and fertilizers and irrigation. So in order to prepare the soil, we use tilling and plowing as the method, and we use some equipments that plow and hoe. The figure of the plow and hoe are given in your textbooks, and you should look that figures carefully. Also, we studied about that another method, that is sowing. And in sowing, we use traditional tools and seed drill. Then about adding manures and fertilizers, we discuss about fertilizer and manure. What is a fertilizer and manure?
the substance which are added to the soil in the form of nutrients for the healthy growth of plants are called manure and fertilizer.
Okay, very good. The substance that which are added to the soil in the form of nutrients that for healthy growth of the crops are called manures and fertilizers. Then we discuss the advantages of organic and organic manure, and the difference between fertilizer and manure. You study the 4 points. What are the difference between the manure and the fertilizers? Okay. Then we discuss the fourth agriculture practice, that is irrigation. You already know the definition of irrigation. Irrigation is the supply of water. It's the supply of water to what? To the crops at a regular intervals. Water supply to the crops at a regular intervals. That is irrigation. And different methods of irrigation. Clear?
Yes, miss.
Okay, very good. In the next week, I will ask you some questions. At that time, you should close your textbooks and give me answers. Okay? Study your notebook well. Are you ready?
Miss ഇപ്പോഴോ
What?
ഇപ്പോഴോ
ഇപ്പോഴല്ല. Next week.
നെക്സ്റ്റ് ക്ലാസ് ഓക്കെ മിസ്
Our next class is on next week. Isn't it? Today is Thursday, maybe on next Thursday. Depending on the timetable, based on timetable. Okay. So you study well, and I will ask you questions. If you don't get to reply my give your answers, don't worry. I will definitely help you. Okay. And don't be panic. Just give a reply what you studied. So all of you should present in all classes. Otherwise, you miss the topic and it will be very difficult to get a continuation of your lesson. Okay. So, dears, did you have any doubt?
No, miss.
No. Okay. Then once again, if anybody is willing to read about the irrigation, anybody want to read irrigation, the topic? Sridev, you are the last one who joined in the class. Can you read?
Irrigation. All living beings need water to live. Water is important for proper growth
All
and
of you listen your
development.
textbook.
Water is absorbed by the plant's roots. Along with water, minerals and fertilizer are also absorbed. Plants contain nearly 90% water. Water is essential because germination of seed does not take place under dry conditions. Nutrients dissolved in water are transported to each part of the plant. Water also protect the crops from both frost and hot air currents to maintain the moisture of soil for health crops growth. Fields have to water regularly. The supply of water to crops at regular intervals is called irrigation.
Okay, that's enough. It's about irrigation. Okay, dears. Thank you. You can leave. Thank you, dears, and study well. Okay.
Thank you, Miss.
Okay,
Thank you,
bye.
miss.
Thank you, miss. Thank you, miss.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye, miss.